Nou, julle moet onthou, die huwelik het altyd daardie tyd in die aand plaasgevind, nie in die dag soos met ons nie. Dit het in die aand plaasgevind. Nou kom dit, but what? The sky gets darker and the village remains silent. The bride's worst nightmare begins to unfold. No one could possibly accept this would happen. The longer the delay, more the fear grows that he is not coming at all. And there is only one reason why the groom would not come. He is accusing his bride of being unfaithful. This is so unthinkable, it is no wonder that many in the bridal party would not think to provide an extra supply of oil for their lamps. Dit was nie gewoonlik so dat die bruidegom getalm. As hy getalm het, was daar iets fout. Nou, die boodskap aan u en my is om gereed te wees. Die bruidegom is op pad. Ons sal later kyk na die verdere ontwikkeling van die huwelik. Vir nou wil ek net fokus op die 10 maagde. Wie is hulle en wat verteenwoordig hulle? Hierdie 10 maagde verteenwoordig die kerk van Jesus Christus tot 'n groot mate. Of diegene wat oortuig is dat die einde sal kom soos Jesus voorspel het. Hulle kyk uit vir die wederkoms sodat die ongeregtigheid op aarde tot 'n einde kan kom. Dit is my groot begeerte. Wanneer ek kyk en ek sien die ongeregtigheid wat aangaan gisteraan, ons was op pad na Ross se 80ste verjaarsdagviering en ons ry hier af in Hoogweg. En wat gebeur? Daar by die Rowood kom die taxi hier verby al die karre, sommer maar net aan die verkeerde kant van die pad. Daar trek hy voor net om 10, 20, 30 meter voor ons te gaan stop. Dan sê ek my rempie, jou laawettige, daai een. Ray Statements says the following. Hy sê die volgende. We have been listening to the words of God's greatest prophet. We have heard what he predicts and understood the pattern that he says will prevail as the age draws to a close. We are convinced that history will end at the feet of his one who will come flaming in glory from the heavens to astonish a deluded world. We are therefore sharers with these 10 maidens in a common expectation of the coming of the bridegroom. Ons is deel van hierdie groep mense wat in afwagting sit vir die bruidegom om te kom. Ons weet nie wanneer hy gaan kom. Want die volgende ding wat moet gebeur is dit wat ons noem die wegraap. Waar ons 2 gaan op die land wees, sê Jesus, 1 gaan weggeneem word, aan 1 gaan agterbly. 2 gaan saam in 'n kamer wees, 1 gaan weggeneem word, aan 1 gaan agterbly. Dit is die volgende ding wat moet gebeur. Want die bruidegom is op pad. Nou sê dit, ons sien egter dat daar onder die maagde 'n verdeling is. Ons weet dat die wêreld is, daar's die ongeregtiges en daar's die regverdiges. Maar hierso is onder hierdie groep wat afwagting sit vir die bruidegom om te kom, is daar 'n verdeling. 5 van hulle was dwaas en 5 verstandig. Wat kan ons hier uitleer? Want hulle was eensgesind in hulle verwagting. Hulle was almal geklee vir die bruidegom. Hulle was geklee vir die bruidsmaal. Almal het lampe gehad. 5 van hulle word gereken as wys deurdat hulle ekstra olie saamgeneem het. Daar word gesê dat net 2 tipe mense is in die wêreld is, regverdiges en onregverdiges. Tog het ons hier te maak met mense wat dieselfde opregtheid en toegewydheid openbaar. Hulle is in afwagting van die bruidegom wat gaan kom. Die enigste verskil is die 5 van hulle het dit goed gedink om ekstra olie saam te neem. As alles volgens verwagting verloop het, sou daar geen goed probleem gewees het nie. Maar die bruidegom het getal. In hierdie geval het hy nie sy bruid beskuldig dat sy ontrou was nie. Ons weet nie wat die rede is hoekom hy getalm het nie, maar dit is 'n gelykenis, met ander woorde, Jesus wil iets aan ons oordra. Wat is betekenis van die olie? Ons weet dat die lampe moes lig gee en al 10 het geweet, want al 10 sê, vers 7 sê, toe staan al daardie maagde op en maak hulle lampe gereed. Hulle lampe was aan die brand. Nou, wat gebeur is, wanneer die bruidegom, wanneer daar hierdie uitroep kom, die bruidegom kom, wanneer dit uitgaan, dan het die maagde opgestaan en hulle het uitgegaan, die bruidegom tegemoet en hierdie hele prosesie het dan gekom en deur die strate beweeg en die mense het fees gevier en al daardie goed. Nou, ons gaan seker die volgende deel wat ons na gaan kyk is die feit dat die bruidegom kom en dan vat hy sy bruid en hulle gaan vir 7 dae gaan hulle in 'n plek waar die bruilofsmaal gaan plaasvind. Hoe lank gaan ons in die hemel wees? By die hemelse bruilofsdag? Bruilof? 7 years. So, daar is soveel simboliek en dit maak my opgewonde wanneer ek hierdie dinge sien en ek sien hoe dit verloop en hoe die dinge in plek val. En dan weet ek enige tyd nou. Onthou daai videoklip wat ons gesien het, wat die ou ook so gepreek het, hy sê it could even be now. Kom, almal is weg en hier sit net 'n paar. Nou ja. Wyse statement sê, nou ek het so 'n bietjie van 'n Wyse statement, ek hou van hom, maar hy's nou al met die Here. Hy sê, despite our agreement in desiring the bridegroom to come, and our conviction that history will end as Jesus describes it, nevertheless, there are doubtless some reading this, some listening to this, who will prove in the end to be wise and others will be revealed to be foolish, lacking the essential for waiting till the Lord returns. If this parable has any message at all for us, it is that we determine what that essential is. En wat beteken dit? As the bridegroom delayed, they all slumbered and slept. But at midnight, there was a cry. I think ek het dit 2000. As the bridegroom, behold the bridegroom come out to meet him. No explanation is given for what delayed the bridegroom. It was this delay of the bridegroom which brought an unexpected demand on the part of the 10 maidens for more oil. At any rate, the story describes how all 10 grew weary of waiting and fell fast asleep. While these wise and foolish maidens were sleeping, their thoughts were diverted for the time being from the coming of the bridegroom. Thus, while we are engaged, this is just to encourage you, while we are engaged in the normal activities of life, there is no reason to feel guilty because we have not been thinking of the Lord's return. Wie van julle dink heeltyd aan die Here se wederkoms? Nee, ons raak besig. Ek meen, wil maar werk met die masjien. Jy weet, ons doen dinge en jy's nie heeltyd gefokus op dit nie. There is nothing at all wrong about this. It is as it should be. We have not failed to watch because we have been busy doing natural and necessary things. These maidens were waiting for the bridegroom's coming even while they slept. Matthew 25 verse 8, and the foolish said to the wise, give us some of your oil, for our lamps have gone out. But the wise answered, no, lest there be not enough for us and you, but rather go to those who sell and buy for yourselves. To the alarm of the foolish, they found that their lamps were flickering and they were about to go out. The long delay, because the lamps were burning whilst they were sleeping, the long delay has used up the oil and they have no more. And they make their appeal to the wise, give us some of your oil. The reply of the wise indicates something. It is that the oil is not something that can be borrowed or loaned. Met ander woorde, die Heilige Gees, ek kan nie na Wilma kyk en sy baie baie van die gees in haar en ek kan vir haar sê, gee my 'n bietjie van jou gees. Ek kan dit nie doen nie. Dit is my verantwoordelikheid om die Here se aangesig te soek. Dit is my verantwoordelikheid om my lewe reg te hou. Dit is my verantwoordelikheid om in afwagting te wees, heeltyd, 24 ure 'n dag, ten spyte van die feit dat ek slaap. Wanneer ek wakker word, dan moet my gedagtes wees op Jesus Christus en hom as gekruisigde uiteindelik. We have all felt at something, we have all felt something of this in some crisis hour, when we have found our resources unequal to the demand. Wie van julle het dit al ervaar? Wanneer jy kom en jy's in 'n situasie en jy kom en jy sê vir die Here, you say to the Lord, I cannot handle this. I just haven't got any more energy. I haven't got anything left in order to face this. We see someone else who is going through the same thing, and he appears to be unmoved and calm, well able to take the pressure. We may want to borrow some of his strength, but it's impossible. In such an hour, each has what he has and nothing more. I cannot, when I go through a difficult situation, I see someone else in the same situation, and that person appears to be able to handle it much better than I can. And then I can't go to him and say, give me some of your calm, give me some of your resources in order for me to be able to handle it in the same way. I have to go to the Lord, because that person most probably is what he is because he has spent time with the Lord all the time. En dit is, die Here is my krag en my psalm. In hom lewe ek, in hom wie is ek, en in hom wil ek wees. Now so it is with these 5 foolish maidens. The oil is gone, and to their dismay they discover their need, and there is a panicky rush to get more. Finally, we see the unwise to go out and buy some. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they who were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Afterwards the other virgins came also, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. Notice, they call him Lord, Lord. There's another scripture that says, Lord, did we not do miracles in your name? Did we not do this? Did we not drive out demons in your name? And the Lord will say, I do not know you. But he answered and said, truly, I say to you, I do not know you. When the foolish finally arrived, the door was shut. Are we surprised at that? Many will probably feel that these 5 were unjustly treated. If that had to happen in today's circumstances, they will shout out for human rights. Why should they not be allowed into the wedding even if they were a few moments late? We must be careful that we do not impose our faulty judgment into this matter. What the Lord did was right, and we must be careful to look diligently for those clues that will help us learn why he takes such action as this. So these 5 foolish maidens, to these 5 foolish maidens, the door is shut, for the Lord says, truly I say to you, I do not know you. With these words, let's look at it something else. We can now discover what the oil signifies.